Home court belongs to the Mavericks in this one as we bring you a Western Conference matchup live from the American Airlines Center in Dallas. Great to be with you. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg as 2K Sports presents this Tuesday afternoon broadcast of the NBA. And the Spurs start out with the ball. And the starting group for the Spurs, we've got Dominique Wilkins and Robinson. Hacked on the way up, and he'll get 2 shots at the line. You hate to say it's awful, but it is what it is. Another early exit in playoffs last year for these Mavericks. They spent so much money. Another disappointment for them.
You know what? It just showed you how difficult it is to have postseason success, Kevin. It's really hard. Teams like the Lakers and Celtics have made it look easy in the past, but it's a difficult thing to do. I mean, heck, that's those teams are good, the Mavericks, but they run into teams that typically are able to have their number. They look great on paper, have a great regular season, but then in the postseason, the matchups get the best of them.
A moment to check in with Doris. Doris?
Kevin, Greg Popovich and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He's counting on getting a strong defensive performance out of his team today. He said it's something we've come to rely on. Our defense is really where it all starts for us. Let's see what they do, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And Clark, how often do we hear this from coaches?
A lot, Kevin. You know that. A lot of times that's all coaches want to talk about is defense. It gets you easy scoring opportunities off long misses, steals, block shots, and get you in transition if you defend well.
You were talking about Dallas in the postseason. How do you lose the label of being soft in the playoffs? What can they do for it? This is mentioned the word matchups. That's what the playoffs are, matchups. But when you're labeled soft, that's a team label.
Yeah. And sometimes I think that can be unfair.
Yeah.
I think the Mavericks have been more of a finesse team, but in recent years they have shown some physicality as well. And sometimes your physicality just doesn't match up to your opponents. That doesn't mean you're soft. That just means you may not have as much as the team you're facing.
Now here's Wilkins. Johnson outside. 4 on the clock. That's good. Johnson's got his first 2 points.
I'll tell you what, poor defense can make an offensive player look unstoppable.
Johnson against Tucker. Shoots it up. Robinson pulls it in.
Oh, man, stuff like that will make a coach lose his hair.
Goes up, and Wilkins slams it in.
Boy, when you run the fast break correctly, it's a thing of beauty.
Here's Green. Too much mustard on that. Shot, no good. First quarter of play wraps up. It's the Spurs up by 4.
Well, their defense has been superb, Kevin. They're talking, working together, and really making it a challenge to score.
A closely contested game here at the start of the second quarter. And Dallas has possession. 4-point game. 31 wins against the West last year for the San Antonio Spurs.
Well, they can do so many different things with their roster that it makes matching up against all the West teams a little easier for them, and also the experience factor helps them in that regard too.
They got Finley, so that's who Dallas starts the second with. Down low. Here's Elliott. Draws the foul. He'll get a trip to the line. These Spurs struggled a little bit out of the gates last season.
And that can be expected. I mean, a veteran team, they understand how they have to pace themselves into the season, so they won't go full speed out of the gate typically.
He hits one and misses one. He took the line. Mavericks trailed by 5. The break is up. Now Finley. Baseline jumper. Good.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
Here's Johnson. 1:16 left in the second. Johnson right side. Can't get to go. Now Mavericks take it the other way. So going back to what you were saying about the Spurs, think they'll take it easy until the playoffs?
I wouldn't say easy, but more or less. They'll stay competitive, but they'll try to do just enough to get victories. It's the same with the other veteran teams. They know when they need to turn it on and lay it all out. And November games aren't really the time for those kinds of teams to do that. They can figure out ways to win games without overexerting themselves.
They'll be taking help over seeding.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Number 14, he's guarded by Johnson. Number 14.
Well, he gives up some height, but he didn't give up the rock. Nice ball.
Left side Wilkins. And he puts it down with authority. Spike slam cam for another angle.
It's a cameraman's dream when he's going up for the slam. Poster time.
Yeah, there are few guys like him in this league. What an athlete.
Here, they'll want to hold for one shot.
Number 14, he's guarded by Johnson. Hook loose. 4 seconds left. And that's good. Laying it in.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for him.
And the first half is now in the books. And we'll return momentarily.
Hello and happy Tuesday to you. It's been a great day for NBA action here on HP at the Half. At the midway point, the Spurs are playing well. They've been aggressively attacking the racket, getting a lot of points right at the rim. The human highlight reel certainly playing well so far. Lighten up that scoreboard, he's making it ring like a pinball machine. And on the other side, Dallas just keeps on scrapping. They've gone to their bench for the spark, and it's fired. Big scoring off the pine. A nice contribution by Willie Green. Lighten up that scoreboard, he's making it ring like a pinball machine. Thanks for joining us as we get back out to American Airlines Center.
Well, it's been a tight game as we enter the second half. Both teams going at it. Here's Harper. A point for him. One thing you always take a look at is trends from year to year, Clark. And for the Mavericks, they won 28 at home last season. Now, that number was down from their 09 total when they won an incredible 32 games.
But they won more games overall, Kevin, which shows you that this is a team that has no problem taking care of business on the road.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. We've got Dominic Wilkins. Here's Harper. Pocket 2. And San Antonio turns it over. A break is on. Wilkins. Hit the teardrop. Mavericks trailed by 5. Here's Finley, and he gets the bucket. Foul is called. One free throw for him. Now, playing here, Clark, at the American Airlines Center, you often have to play in front of a man signing your checks. You think that affects the players?
I don't really think so. He is very much a hands-on owner, very visible, but he also takes great care of his players, has tremendous passion and enthusiasm. So I think that perhaps lessens the pressure because he knows, I think his players know that he desires what they want, and that's wins and a chance to play for a championship.
Johnson, the pass to Wilkins. Number 15, buries it from deep.
The defense made the mistake of playing off him, and he drained it from deep.
Here's Harper. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. And it's Johnson picking him up. Outside Harper. Right side Harper. He dumps it off. Here's Finley. Wilkins with the defensive effort. We'll see what the coach is drawing up. Will they opt for the quick shot? Johnson outside. Right side Robinson. Right side Robinson. Over Green. Robinson misses.
Kevin, that's the kind of shot you want. You can't ask for better execution on offense, but sometimes they just don't fall.
Right side Harper. From deep. Robinson pulls it in. And here's Wilkins. Here it goes. The shot is off. We've reached the end of the third quarter in what's been an exciting game so far to watch. Spurs lead by 5. Fourth quarter going here. It's time for our Sprite Mark of the Game report. Let's go to Spurs.
Hey, Kevin, well, our spark of the game goes to the Spurs for that major surge. They jumped out early with a big run in the first period, and they've protected that lead since, guys.
Great, Doris. That big scoring run being a difference maker, Clark, in this game.
Well, it often comes in spurts, Kevin. Spurtability is what I call it, and that's what happened today.
Here's Johnson. They've got Derek Harper and Bradley on the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Wilkins against Thomas. Goes up. It's blocked. Mavericks trailed by 5. 13 feet out. Connects. The jumper drops.
Beautiful delivery with the bounce pass. He kept it away from the defense, which set up the shot perfect.
Here's Elliott. And off the glass as he lays that one up and in.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
Number 5. Kept alive. Here's Bradley. Connects from in close.
That's great hustle there, Kevin. Persistence paid.
Spurs leading by 3. Back to Robinson. Right side Robinson. Pass to Johnson. Now here's Wilkins. Here's Robinson. Right side Robinson. Bullseye!
Kevin, this guy keeps constant pressure on the defense whenever he has the ball. He's a good decision maker. He can score it, and he's also a terrific passer. He seems to always make the right decision with the ball.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what head coach for the Dallas Mavericks said to the team. He told them, keep pushing hard to the end. Just finish out these last few minutes, and we'll be able to come away with a W. Kevin?
And making a change here, the Mavericks. Finley. And sinks it from 3.
The defense got butterflies the second that shot went up because they know he typically delivers in the clutch.
And they can try to eat some time off the clock here. Here's Wilkins. Up high and down hard.
Oh, that's much in the clutch. They needed that one, Kev.
Here's Harper. Decisive possession. The crowd on the edge of their seats. With the floater, Robinson pulls it in. A close game here, but they're clinging to a narrow lead.
They could use a basket here, Kevin. It's getting close. That's exactly what they need to do to stretch out this game. Smart foul there.
Here's Johnson. He's guarded by Harper. And the shot is good from Johnson. Johnson's got his second bucket of the night.
Healthy lead, and with smart play the rest of the way, they should be able to win this one.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're down by 6. 11 seconds left to the fourth. Clark, what do you think?
You have to be impressed by their tenacity. Still fighting, but the odds are definitely not in their favor. They need to hit a quick shot here, preferably a 3, and then foul.
Here's Harper. Drops it in from beyond the arc.
Kevin, that's what you expect from him. When the pressure's at its highest, with the game on the line, that's when he's at his best.
And there's the whistle as they commit the intentional foul.
They needed to take that foul to stop the clock. That clock is not their friend at this stage of the game.
Two for 2, and it's a 5-point ball game.
And that'll do it, Kevin. Those last free throws were the icing on the cake.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're losing by 5. 1 second left in the game. Missed. And so it's San Antonio with the win. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
And now for Clark, Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for joining us tonight in our presentation of NBA and 2K Sports. Now our Jordan Brand Player of the Game.